Social media and the internet has shaped our society to become dependent on instant gratification and rewards. This technology that's under our fingertips has ruined our perception of time. Here's how. Hey guys, it's Brooklyn and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. So I'm currently sitting on the floor with my seltzer water, my laptop is down here, and I'm in this big oversized sweatshirt, and I just wanted to sit here today and chat with y'all about something that I've been researching a lot over the past few days. A couple days ago I saw this TikTok video, and when I saw it, it really kind of just flicked a light switch in my head.
Instant gratification. Our shopping, our news, our communication, our trends. Everything about our daily lives is instantaneous thanks to the internet. But because the internet is so fast-paced, it makes everything else in our life seem slow. As a society, our patience is fading. Trends go in and out of style within a matter of days. We can't even focus on one thing anymore because we just don't have the patience. What's worse is that because small things like the news and shopping happen so quickly, big things like careers and relationships move too slowly for us. Many people feel lost, and sticking to long-term goals has become much more difficult. But patience is a virtue. We have to ask ourselves, what's more important, our patience or instant gratification?
And after watching that video, I just felt really gravitated to do my own research on the topic and kind of gather my own thoughts. And yeah, that's what this video is going to be. I'm just going to expand on everything that she mentioned in the video and share with y'all the things I learned and what I think about everything. The word patience was repeated a bunch of times throughout that video, and patience and our attention span go hand in hand together. Like, for example, those with a lot of patience probably wouldn't struggle to watch a full 2-hour-long documentary on something. But then there's us with little patience that can't even stand to watch a TikTok that is a full minute long. A full 60 seconds. That's just too much sometimes, you know? I'm just telling y'all now throughout this video, I'm going to be using TikTok as my primary example for a lot of these things because, one, as a teenager, and I'm sure many of you guys are also teenagers watching this, but TikTok is obviously very abundant and present in our lives, and also it just works as the perfect example for everything that I'm going to be talking about throughout this video. So yeah, you're going to hear me mention TikTok a lot. And on TikTok, being able to swipe through these 10, 15, 20-second videos for hours and hours, it puts our brains through these constant rapid attention shifts. And with the hours we spend doing this on a daily basis, our brains get really used to it and it becomes comfortable with all of those constant shifts. And this is why doing things that actually take a lot of time to do, or even just several minutes sometimes, it just feels a lot more draining than it should feel, because we have to force ourselves to focus on the one specific thing rather than several small things within that time period. And you know what we do to repel that fatigue or tiredness that we feel from forcing ourselves to focus on something? We'll go on our phones and open up TikTok or open up Instagram or whatever social media. And the perfect example of this is something I'm sure most of us can relate to at this time, and that is online school. Like, our phones are literally right there, so if we're feeling tired during class and we need a quick pick-me-up, our phones are there and we can grab it and just go on TikTok for a moment, and then we'll be good for that time being. And it's like little things like that. It's our brain automatically connects like relief and taking a break with opening up that social media and opening up TikTok. Specifically on TikTok, if something doesn't interest you within the first 2 or 3 seconds, without even thinking, you just swipe to the next video. Or if you're texting someone and the conversation starts to get a bit dry, you can just leave them on delivered and go on with your day. And this ability to just skip over certain boring or unentertaining parts gets our brains used to this constant stimulus. The catch is, you can't do this in real life. Like, yeah, on a Zoom online class, you can leave in 2 clicks whenever you wanted to, but in an in-person class, you can't just walk out the classroom if you don't want to answer a question, or if you're tired or hungry or whatever it may be. Or if you're having a face-to-face conversation with someone, you can't just turn around and walk away if you don't want to respond to a certain thing that they said. I mean, yes, you technically can do that, I guess, but it's obviously not the same as you leaving someone undelivered on your phone. We've just become so accustomed or reliant or dependent on the constant stimulus that we get from the internet and from social media. And that's why we do things like go on TikTok during class, because we need that constant stimulus. Microsoft did this study on the average human attention span, and in the year 2000, our attention spans averaged at about 12 to 15 seconds. And in 2015, that number dropped to 8 seconds. And that was in 2015, the days before TikTok. So you can only imagine what that number looks like now in 2021. Also, can we just talk about how, like, as a society, we've normalized seeing seconds into literally millions of people's lives? And I don't know, that's just really insane to me. And it's crazy when you take a moment to just stop and think about how many different faces you've seen on a single screen. Social media really sucks us into this vacuum where we just lose all concept of time. And especially on TikTok, since the videos are so short, it really feels like we're not spending a lot of time on that app. But then we don't even realize how much time accumulates between all of those 10 and 20-second videos. Like, what feels like 5 or 10 minutes on TikTok is really an hour or two in real life. And the thing is, we're all aware of this trap and we all know what's going on. And like one of my friends said, she said it makes her feel gross and sad, and that's just a really perfect way to describe it. We often ask ourselves, like, if we're aware of this trap, then why do we keep falling for it? Or why is social media so addicting? A study done by Harvard found that using social media lights up the same part of your brain that often ignites when taking an addictive substance. And by light up, they mean your brain releasing dopamine. In most cases, using social media makes us feel happy, to keep it vague, and things like laughter, positive reinforcement, and just good feedback are all things that are kind of like rewards that come from social media. A lot of the time, these rewards that we get from social media are ones that we don't receive in real life, or at least not to the same extent or amount that we receive them from social media. And when we get these rewards, we feel happy, and when we're happy, our brain releases dopamine. So what happens as a result of that is that we kind of turn to social media and we engage in it to escape reality and alleviate stress in the real world and replace it with the dopamine that comes from using social media, especially since social media is able to pretty much instantly provide us with it. And according to a study done by Chicago University, social media cravings from social media users are ranked higher than cravings of alcohol or cigarettes from users of alcohol and cigarettes. Okay, I know I just dropped a lot of info on y'all, and I'm sure it left some of you guys thinking, well, what do we do next? How do we fix this? The simple solution to that would just be to delete your social media, or even just deleting TikTok would help a lot. But I can't even force myself to do that, so I wouldn't expect you guys to be able to do that. I know people that have personally done it, but I can't be one of those people. So there's definitely a lot of other options that you can do instead of directly just deleting the entire app as a whole. One thing that I do that helps me out a lot is setting up app limits, and my personal limit I have is so I can only use TikTok for 1.5 hours a day. And I know 90 minutes is still a lot of time, but compared to how much I was using it daily before, 90 minutes, it's actually cutting down a lot. So that's where I'm at right now. And you can, of course, vary that time limit to whatever you think works best for you. But for me, I have it at 90 minutes, and it really forces me to not use my phone earlier in the day, like during school or anything, because I want to save those 90 minutes for the end of the day when I actually have free time. So it really forces me to just kind of control when I use the app. And if you don't want to set up app limits or anything, one simple thing you can do is just leave your phone on the other side of the room when you're in online school or working on anything. And that way, since it's not near you at all, you won't be tempted to just reach for it at any moment, and that'll definitely help out a lot. And another thing is just looking at your overall screen time, and that's good for just holding yourself accountable for how much time you're spending on your phone and spending on each app. And once you start holding yourself accountable, you can begin to work on limiting yourself based on where you're starting at. Just really try to force yourself to stick to whatever intentions you make when going onto the social media apps, and that just will help you limit yourself, but still obviously allowing you to use the app and enjoy it. And as far as increasing your patience entirely, entirely. I'm gonna insert this one TikTok comment that I saw because it worded it perfectly, and it basically just said that the only way to increase your patience or to have more patience is to do things that require patience, which is obvious but very true. So force yourself to read a book or do an art project, cook, I don't know, whatever you like to do, but just find something that actually takes time and you'll eventually get to a point where your patience starts to build. So that concludes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I always say that I want to do more sit down videos like this, but then I never end up doing them. So I think I'm actually gonna force myself to stick to it this time and actually do more sit down videos like this. So let me know down in the comments if you like this video, and let me know what other type of sit down videos you would like to see. And you can also comment if you like this topic, what are your thoughts about it, whatever you feel is good to add, feel free to comment it down below. And yeah, if you guys like this video, then make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next video. And like I said, comment anything down below and just let me know any other video ideas you would want to see from me, and I'll try my best to get that done for you guys. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.